First of all, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abdul Rahman. I'm from TWG International, Hyderabad. Before I start the session, I would advise all the people to put on mute. Put yourself on mute. We will have the Q&A session when we are about to close the session. Before closing, we will have a Q&A session. And if you have any questions, please make a note of it. Before end of the session, we will go for the questions. So today we are going to have a session on Microsoft Teams for education. It's a purpose-built platform for delivering the classes online. We can have live sessions, we can have recorded sessions. So the today's session is primarily for faculties, professors, teachers who are going to take the classes online. So hopefully with this session, you will be in a position to effectively handle the online platform to deliver the classes. Okay, so we'll try to cover a demo. Now we'll basically go for a live demo to see basically what all the activities you can do as a faculty. All right, and if you have any questions, kindly make a note. Once the demo is over, we will take up the questions. So with that, I will invite Aziz. Aziz, are you there in the session? Aziz, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there. Hello.
Yes, Aziz.
Yes. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening. So I'm having with me Aziz and Zakir. They are the technical resources, and they will take up the session forward. So kindly keep yourself on mute, and we'll start the session. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. So this is Aziz from TWG International, Hyderabad. For this demo, we planned for all the to train the teachers. Okay. So first of all, let me just give a brief what we say summarize the thing like how this session will go on. Brief introduction. Like first of all, let me divide the session in four parts. Okay. Like the first part will concentrate on how to enter the class. After that, how to upload the files. The second part is then the third part is how to add the student, and the fourth part is how you can go live with the students using video conferencing. So, see, we know that in physical world also there will be a classroom which is already present. Okay, the school or in the university, the classrooms are already present. But the teachers will go into it and come out of the class after their session is over. So here also we similarly do like that, without any confusion or without going into deep technical. I'll just make it simple. What I'll do is I'll show you all the teachers to how to enter into the class. After entering into the class, how they can add the students, how they can remove the students, or how they can view the students, and the third part is like how they can add the
Your voice is cutting.
Hello. Hello, sir. Is it clear? Hello, Sakit sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it is clear. We can hear you.
Is my voice clear, sir?
For some,
Please go ahead.
Let me just check with the internet, sir. Let me just check with the internet.
Okay, you want to switch the internet, Aziz?
Yes, yes. I want to just check with the internet, sir. Just wait.
yeah,
I can't see the video.
Yeah. Just please bear with us. We'll share the presentation. We'll share the screen.
Yes, Rahman sir, please.
Here is up. We'll share the screen shortly.
Hello everyone.
The
Am
trainer
I
is
clear
giving a
now?
connection, and then we'll
Hello.
start.
Hello. Raman sir, now
Yes,
is it
yes,
clear, sir?
we are clear. I think
So
hope everyone can hear him.
shall I start now?
Yes, start,
Yes,
start
go
now.
ahead, please.
Okay. So once again, good evening everyone. So see, because all these teachers have joined
Yes,
here,
yes, it is clear.
all the
Yeah,
teachers have
please,
joined
please
here.
start. Ravi.
So all the teachers have joined here. So now what we plan to do is we make this session only for the teachers. Okay. Like we don't want to confuse you all going into deep technical. Okay. So I want to make it very simple. So see, in the physical world also we all know that there is a classroom which is already present. Okay, in the university or in the colleges. The teacher or the students, they join the class, they enter into the classroom, and after the session is over, they just come out of the classroom. But the classroom is already there here. So for this session also, what we have done is we have created one classroom. Okay? We have created one classroom which is the classroom name. Okay. So what we will do is for this demo purpose, what I do, I just divide it.
Just one second. Uh, Please, all the faculties, please switch off the videos and the mic. Switch off the videos and put mic on mute so that we can have a smooth session.
एक और हमारे पास केस है ना होल्डर में उसमें भी है कोई होल्डर नहीं
Mr. Anush, please put on mute.
वैसे ये वर्किंग नहीं नॉट वर्किंग नॉट वर्किंग
Mohammed Shahnawaz, please put on mute.
नॉट वर्किंग नॉट वर्किंग हाँ वाईफाई उनका रेगुलेट करवा दो हमें दो छुट्टी होना है हाँ वो सेलिब्रेट है
Hello, Hemant sir, is there? Sir, you can directly
Yes, yes,
mute him. You can mute him directly from your panel, sir. You have the
Okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay, done. Please go ahead.
Mr. Shoaib Khan, could you please like stop presenting your screen? Hello, Mr. Shoaib Khan. If you can hear me, please stop presenting your screen. Thank you. So, let me just continue with the session. Let me just continue with the session. So, for this demo, what we have done is we have just divided the session into 4 parts. Okay. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, this is audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. So for this session, what I have done is I have divided the session into 4 equal parts. Like the first step is a teacher will enter into the classroom, and the second step is the teacher will add the students or adding or removing or muting the students, just like managing a student part. Okay, the second part, and the third part is like the teacher will add the materials. Okay, the teacher will add the materials, assignments, or anything like that. The fourth part is how the teacher can join via video conference using Microsoft. Okay. Microsoft is also a platform in which the teacher can join via video conference. Okay. So as now we all are like on a platform, on a video conferencing platform using Google. So similarly, the Microsoft will also provide that thing. So I'll show you that one. And the fifth part is like how to take the attendance of the students. Okay. So after that, we'll keep a time for a Q&A session. So just let me share the screen now. Hope that everyone can see the screen. Yeah. Can can anyone just give a confirmation that you all can see the screen? Hello, Rahman sir? Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
So just, yeah. So I got a confirmation that my screen is visible to everyone. So now see, first of all, let me just go with this PDF. Okay. This PDF, this PDF is very helpful. Okay. You will come to know the each and every step-by-step process, and after that we'll go live. Okay. So first of all, how the teacher can communicate. Okay. Send messages in Teams, meet virtually with your student. So see, basically here in our daily life we used to meet the students physically. Okay. But because of all these situations, now we are like opting a virtual platform. So it is similar like meeting the student virtually, and we all know that we all use Facebook or WhatsApp. These are the different messaging platforms where we basically meet and do conversations, okay, virtually. So this is also very similar. Message your class. A message your class is nothing but here a teacher is interacting with the whole class. Okay. Here this panel shows us how the teacher can interact with the whole class, whole students, or how a teacher can only particularly interact with a particular student. Okay. So that what happens is, if the teacher want to share any message in the class, like to complete your homework or complete your given project or just read it down the passage kind of a thing. So these are the messages that the teacher want to communicate with the students. So now what the teacher will do, teacher will just write the message and just post it on the streamline, what is the stream panel. So there what will happen is that message will be visible to every student who are present in the class. Okay? So that the advantage here is that even though the student can even like revert back to the message, like giving the reply, like they got a message or okay sir or like okay teacher kind of thing. So this is how even though the student can even reply to the messages which is sent by the teacher. So now here how you can do that is to see, to create a message from your whole class, click Teams. Here what you have to do is you have to click on the Teams. Then after that select the Post tab. Here you can see Post tab here. I'll show you live. What I'm doing is I'm just going to the video here for your better understanding. Then see, click the compose box, type message, use @ for a particular name. Okay, so this is like @ algebra. It is like particularly denoting like pointing out any student. If you want to just point out any student particularly in the whole class, then you can use @ similarly that we used to do in WhatsApp. Okay? So this is also very simple. Start a conversation with one student or a group of students. As I already told you, here a teacher can start a conversation with one student privately or a group of students. So how they can do? Just at the top of the app, click new tab, new chat. Here you just have to click new chat. Then after that, in the fields like in the two field, type the name of the students. Here you have to type the name of the students. Then after that, you have to like compose a message and send it. Then reply to the conversation. So similarly, the student even can reply to the conversation. The teacher can even comment on the conversation as well. So now announcements. Announcements is nothing but upcoming events. Okay, upcoming events like if any project work is going to be scheduled for tomorrow. So this is like an upcoming event. So this is like an announcement. Okay. So these announcements can also be posted on the stream panel. Okay. So after that, you can even send the stickers or raise the hand. This is also available. Now schedule a virtual meeting here. You can use a calendar to schedule virtual meetings by using a calendar application. You can find it directly in the tool box here on the left hand side. There you can find all the different tools like activity tabs, team tabs, and assignments and calendar tabs. All the tools are available. Okay. So now there you can add a new meeting. There you can add a schedule any like lectures, upcoming events, or anything like that. So you can do all these things using a calendar. Now schedule a virtual meeting. So similarly, you can schedule a virtual meeting using Microsoft Teams. As now see, we have all joined using Google Meet now. So it is similar to the Google Meet only, but here we are using a different platform which is known as Microsoft Teams. A Microsoft Teams platform is nothing but a virtual meeting platform using video conference. So now meet your students using video or audio calls. Here in the live classes, you can directly join the students using video or audio calls. So this is also very helpful for the teachers to directly generate with the video conferencing with the whole class. Okay. Now join and manage a meeting. I'll show you how you can do that while you are in the meeting. So these are the different tools which are available here. See, these are the like here it is showing to end up a call. Here like commenting, and here like add participants to the meeting, and here like share the screen, mic, video. So these are all options are available there. So now share and organize. As I told you, the second part, what we are going to do is, the first part is over according to this PDF. So when we are going to the live, they also explain you regarding this PDF only. Okay. So for this, I have divided this session into four different parts. The first part is like how a teacher can enter the class and start a conversation with the students. And the second part is organizing and sharing the materials, uploading the textbooks, project materials. Okay, so this is how now we will just go on. Share the material is nothing but you have to click on the attached part, then after you have to browse the material, then after you have to like upload the material which is present in your local machines like local desktop or local computers. So then after that you have to you see, even though here you can add a class materials as well, you can give a new material, you can even directly upload a folder from here. I'll show you how we can do this. So after that, see assignments and grades. This also comes under uploading material also as well. So assignments and grades are for like those students for those classes where the teachers will give the assignments. Okay, but for degree and PG colleges, maximum they will not give the assignments, but rather they will be the project works. Okay, so we use a project works name. Assignments is nothing but a project works also, and after giving the assignments, you can even allow the grades for the students according to the performances. So you can do all this stuff. Okay. So now this is all about assignments. I'll show you how you can do that. Even though you can use the grades, even though you can like turn in and like return or give any points or grading system, you can manage all these things in that panel. Okay. So this is all about grades. Now creating a class notebook. Now creating a class notebook is nothing but giving a student a virtual notebook. Okay. Physically, we used to purchase a white notebook or a blank notebook to write it down. Yeah. So, but here we got an advantage with the Microsoft. What they have done is they have provided a white notebook. Okay, and this white notebook can be circulated to each and every individual in the classroom, so that they just start working on that notebook. It is very similar to the notebook we used to carry in our daily life. Yeah? So it makes very simple. It makes our life very simple. So this is a like virtual notebook. I'll show you how this notebook will work even. So more resources. Regarding this more resources, I'll just explain you while showing the live demo. So this is all about what a teacher will do. Okay. So this is all about a teacher will do. So this is what we are going to discuss now. Now directly jumping into the live demo. So see. So when a teacher enters into the classroom with the user ID and password which is provided to the management. So see what the management will do is management will provide each and every teacher with the user ID and password individually. Okay. So now that user ID and password is very similar to the user ID and password which you used to enter into the Gmail. Okay. So this is not that different. Okay. So this you get an email ID and you get a password. Entering into the teams.microsoft.com, this is a URL. You have to just type teams.c. I'm just highlighting here. Teams.microsoft.com. With this URL, you can directly log into your class. This is the URL teams.microsoft.com. When you just click on the teams.microsoft.com and press enter, they will ask for a user ID and password to enter. Then each and every individual teacher who are provided with the user ID and password, they have to enter the user ID and password which is provided by your management. Okay, you should not use your personal IDs. You have to use only a direct local university IDs only. Okay, so keep it just remember this. So you have to use the professional ID. Then only you can see this class. Otherwise, you.
Aziz, we can't see your screen. Are you typing something on the page on the screen? We still see the more resources page.
Okay. Just. Now is it visible, sir?
Now it is visible. Yes.
Okay.
Please start from the browser again. Go to Teams. Microsoft.com or mobile application, whatever.
Okay. So see how you can enter into your classroom is, see, basically you just have to follow the steps which what I am explaining. Okay. Don't get confused. Just first step is just enter the URL. If you are having any notebook or pen with you, just note it down. Teams dot Microsoft dot. So this is the simple thing. Just note it down. Teams.microsoft.com. If you are having any notepad or anything, just write it down. Teams.microsoft.com. After entering the teams.microsoft.com, when you click enter, because I'm already logged in, I'm just entering into my class directly. But for you, what it will ask is for the first login, it will ask for you to enter the user ID and password. Then what you have to do, as I already told you, you have to enter the user ID and password which is provided by your university. So after entering the user ID and password, this screen will pop up. Okay, this is a classroom which you are like mapped in. Okay? You can only see your classrooms. You will not see the other classrooms which other teachers are taking. And this is very similar to the students. Okay, the students will only see their classrooms. They cannot join or they cannot enter into the other classrooms. They can only see those classrooms only. So this is how a computer science class which is already created here for Tuesday home exercise. You will directly enter into this classroom, and after entering into the classroom, so this is the first step for the teacher. Okay, after entering the user ID and password, this is the first step. Enter into the classroom. I hope that I am making this session very simple. Yeah. First step is entering into the classroom. Entering into the class. After entering into the classroom, you will see all these options. These are different tabs. Okay. Post tab, files tab, class notebook tab, assignment tabs, grades tabs. Okay. So post tab, files tab, class notebook tab, assignment tab, and grades tab. So these are the different tabs which a teacher will use in his day-to-day activities. Okay. So here, as we have already discussed, the conversation part. Okay. This is the part where the teacher will start conversation. Okay. This is the part where the teacher will start conversations with the whole class. Like here you can see where my cursor is pointing. It is already written here. Start a new conversation. Type @ to mention someone. Like if you are pointing out or if you are mentioning a person particularly, you will just type @ before his name. Okay, like @ Yusuf, like that. So then you just pointing out to that student, or if like you are like want to interact with all the students, then you don't have to mention any name there. You just write your text which you want to convey with the whole class. Like start reading chapter. So start reading chapter 3. So this is like you want to convey the message. Start reading chapter 3. Start reading chapter 3 from today. And after 3 days from now, it will be a test. So this is the message which you want to convey to the whole class. Okay. So now what you will do, you will just type the message which you want to convey. From here, now you can see the send button. You can see a send button now. So this is by when you click here, this message will be sent to whole class. So now every student who are present in the class, they can see this message. And the good thing here is, see, I think you may have the doubt if any student is missing the class or if any student is absent in the class, then what happens? So now see, here is the answer for that question. Even though if the student is not present on that day, even though he is not present on that day, even though he didn't attend that lecture, but like next day or after 2 days when he return to the class, these notifications will be visible to them. Okay, these notifications or your messages are visible to them. So this is posted in whole class. This will not be deleted. Okay, you can delete it, but it is like present for the whole class, so that if anyone is missing, they can also see this. So this is our CV window. If you want to reply to your own comment, you can reply it, or else if the student want to reply to your message, they can also reply it. So see, I'm just copying this message. And see, with this text message, you can add different things here. See, with this text message, if you want to add any reference link, or if you want to share any file, or if you want to like share a textbook, or if you want to share any assignment or project work with the whole class, then you can add that thing as well. See, this is where you can add it. Attaching files. See, here you can see upload from your computer. You can directly upload this from your computer. You can upload a file from your computer, directly from your computer, or else you can upload a file from OneDrive. See, OneDrive is nothing but a cloud storage provided by the Microsoft. Yeah, don't get confused. This is a cloud storage provided by the Microsoft. The name of the cloud storage is OneDrive. Now, browse themes and channels. If you want to use your previous course, you can do that thing as well using browse themes and channels. But if you want to directly upload it from your computer, which you have already downloaded from the internet, or which you have already prepared using Microsoft, like document or Excel sheets, you can directly upload them from here. And see, you can even upload forms. A forms is nothing but what is it? You can even make multiple choice questions here. Forms means where you can take the data of the students or the candidates, or where you can prepare a multiple choice questions, where you can prepare an automatically grading exam. Like what happens here is, if a student answered any multiple choice questions, then automatically the grades will be given to the student. Okay, automatically the grades will be given to the students according to how you set up the form. Okay, the form is nothing but this is then from examination point of view, you will set exam paper, okay, where the grades will be automatically assigned to the students according to their performance. Okay. Whereas a form is made for that purpose also, where you can collect the information from the candidates, where you can collect the information from the people to whom you are sharing the form, like a data collection form or a registration form. Yeah, these forms we all know. Registration forms, in the registration forms, what you will do, you will just collect the data of the students. So it is similar, like you are collecting the answers from the students. Yeah, this is very similar to the data. This you are collecting the answers from the students. In that form, you are creating a question paper where you are collecting the answers. According to the answers, you are giving the grades, and according to the grades, the student performance will be judged. So these are all the options which in the post screen the teacher can use this screen. Okay. So this is all about the post tab. Now I am jumping into the second part. Okay. The first part is entering into the class, starting conversation with the student. The second part is uploading the files. Okay, uploading the files and uploading the materials into your class. Every teacher has to upload their own materials according to their classes, according to their lectures. Okay, so every teacher has to upload their own materials. So how you can do? See, these are the different options what you can see now. Here you can see a new option here. Here you can upload directly a folder from your computer, or else you can make a new document, Word document. When you just click here, you have to enter a new Word document name, like computer science. Computer science notes. When you just click create, a new screen will appear here. As we all are very used to with the Microsoft Docs, these docs are very helpful for creating documents. So this is very similar. Okay, where you will create your own document physically. So this is how you can create your own document physically. Okay. Otherwise, you can directly upload your already downloaded files and folders. There are two options. Okay, either you can create a new file, okay, according to your preference, or else you can upload a file which you have already downloaded from the internet. So these are the two options available for the teacher. So it is up to the teacher what the teacher wants to do. Either the teacher wants to create a own file according to his preferences, or the teacher can even download the material from the internet like in video format or in a document format, and from that they can upload it. Okay. So there they can use these things like creating a new Word document. Just now I have shown you they can even create the Excel sheet, they can even create the presentations, they can even create the notebook and forms for Excel. So these are the new documents. Okay? The teacher will create a new document. Or else from here you can see a next option like uploading files and directly uploading the folders. So this is how a teacher uses these options according to his flexibility. Hope that this is very clear for the participants who have joined, how to enter into the class and how to create a new material and how to upload which is already downloaded material. Okay. Synchronize is nothing but synchronizing your whole library. Okay, synchronizing your whole library. Updating. Synchronize is nothing but the second name what you can use, updating your whole library. See if you have added any new document which is not showing here, then you just go on and click on sync there, then it will be synchronized. Now after that what you will see, you can see a copy link here. Copy link is nothing but this is a link generated for your material library. Okay, the library in which all the materials will be stored now. So that this link will be directly attached to that material library. If you want to share these materials with any students or any other teachers, then what you have to do, you just have to copy and paste this link to those people with whom you want to share. If they click on this link, then they'll directly come to these pages with their own login ID and passwords. Then they can even download these materials which you have shared with them. So this is very flexible for you to share these materials using a single link. Okay, you don't have to just copy paste and you don't have to just download this material in your own laptop like sharing with a pen drive or anything like that. You can directly just click here, copy a link and share this link with them with whom you want to share the material. Then these materials will be shared with them. Or else see, these materials are already uploaded, and if you want to download this material again in your own computer, then this is the option. Okay, just if you click here download, then a downloading will automatically starts here. So this is how the downloading will start. Okay, so this is how you will directly just download the materials into your own local PC. So this is how uploading a files, creating a new file, so on. Okay, so now I am moving to the next thing, creating a class notebook. As I already told you, a class notebook is nothing but a white book which is provided to each and every individual. Okay, we all are very used to use notebooks or diaries here to write something, but those are physical kind of a thing. But here we will provide a virtual notebook to them. A virtual notebook is nothing but it is very similar to the document file. It is very similar to the document file where the students start writing or start writing their lectures or start writing the running notes or do whatever they want in their own provided notebook. Okay, so this is all about the class notebook. Now if you want to set up, you can just set up a new class notebook here. See, from existing notebook content, or you want to set up a blank notebook, then you just give all the permissions. See, like teacher can edit the content. These are all the permissions. Okay, collaboration space is nothing but teacher can edit, student can even edit, or if you want to like make only the students can view, you can even do that thing as well. Teacher only session, content library, collaboration space. Now I'll just explain you. Okay, this is very briefly what is collaboration space, what is content library, what is teacher space, and what is student notebook. These are very different options which is provided under the notebook session. Collaboration space. Okay, collaboration is nothing but group studies, a group work or a project work. Okay, where a group of students and a teacher, all they work on a same project, all they work on a same notes, all they work on a same lecture like that. Okay, this is kind of a group project where the different students work on one notebook. Okay, all can edit, all can save, all can delete. That like it is like a group project. Okay, it is like a group project. It is meant for group project only. Okay, but if you want to share an individual notebook where the particular student can use it, you can do that stuff also. I'll show you how you can do content library. I hope that a collaboration space is like understood by everyone. Collaboration space is nothing but collaborating, like making or creating a project work or a group work. Okay, so now content library is nothing but teacher can edit the content, student can only view the content. It is like a content library. Okay, it is like a physical library. Okay, where the students come and read and go. So this is like a content library, but teacher can edit it and see it also. So this is like a student directly open that material, only see. They cannot download, they cannot manipulate, they cannot delete that material. They can only see that material. Okay, so this is a content library. Teacher only session. Teacher only session is nothing but teacher can edit the content, student cannot view the content. So it is only particularly for the teacher. Okay, this is not meant for the teacher. This is not meant for the student. Only the teacher can edit it, the teacher can manipulate the content, the teacher can view, the teacher can save, the teacher can delete, but the student cannot do anything. So now the last part is, this is a private space for each student. Okay, the above one is private space for teachers. Now the below one is a private space for each student. It is like providing a copy to each and every student individually, where they can work on their own copies. Okay, where they can work on their own copies without interrupting others. Okay, so this is how you will create a new material, new notebooks from here. Now coming to the assignments. Assignments is nothing but it is very similar to uploading the material. So here also you will find two options: creating one, creating a quiz, or creating an assignment, or from existing. If you want to use any existing one, then you can do that thing also. See here you can see both options here. First of all, if you want to select an assignment, just click on the assignment part. See here, for a new assignment, you have to enter a title of the assignment, you have to give the instructions, and you have to give the points. And here you can do all these things. I'll just show you. For the title, right here, write a program so pyramid, or if you want to like addition or subtraction, anything. So like you can give any instructions for the computer science students or anyone. This is just a title which I have given, or just rewrite it. Write a program to add palindrome numbers. Yeah. So this is how. This is the title of the assignment. Write a program to add palindrome numbers. So this is an assignment title. Now instructions is nothing but you can give any instructions to the students. This is optional. Okay, this is not mandatory. You can give the instructions if you want. Otherwise, you can leave it. Okay. So the instructions is like, write the program without errors and compile it before submission. These are instructions, okay? Because if you want to like share any instruction to the students, like there should be no errors, okay? There should be no errors in the program or in the coding before submission, or else you will not accept it. So these are the instructions. Or will not be accepted. So this is the instruction which you want to give to the students. See points. After submitting this assignment, you have like assigning 80 points to them. Okay, like, and if you want to share with all the students, then you can share with all the students from here. Or else, if you want to share with some particular students, you can just give their names and select them, and you can just share them with only particular students. Okay, and the due date will be next Friday. This is the time. Okay, and then if you just assign it, then this assignment will be assigned to all the class. Okay, assigned. So see, lab 1 is computer science. This is an assignment. See, and when you just assign something, then that will be posted on the stream panel. Okay, this is a streaming where you can see all the notifications. Just now 4:46 I have posted this assignment. Like, see, write a program to add palindrome numbers. If you just click here, view assignment, then this assignment will be shown. Okay, and here you can see status, like not turned in, like no one has replied. If any student has replied, then you can see here number, one member, 2 members, 3 members who have turned in. You can see all those things. Okay, after this status, you can edit the assignment. You can edit the student view. What a student can see, this is the student view. And see, even though you can export all this status, all this data, who or which student has replied the assignment, which student has replied you, or which student has completed the assignment, and whom got the grades, or whom you just given the marks. You can just export all the data in the Excel sheet. Okay, for your reference purpose, or for the submission purpose to the management, you can just export all this data of the student who has completed the assignments and keep it with yourself in a local computer. Okay, so this is a very good advantage which is provided for the teachers. Yeah, so this is how you will create assignments. And since this is similarly, if you have given any grades to the student, then the grades will be shown here. Okay, just now we have created this assignment. Write an assignment, so on, 80 points. If any student has replied, you just give the grades like this. 50 out of 80. Okay, so this is like giving the grade, and here you can see 2 options here. Okay, like open, student work, or written. Written is nothing but after giving this grade, you will show these grades to the students as well, so that they should also know how much grades they have got, like that. So just click, after clicking written, then this will be shown to them. Then this will be again sent to them in their panel, and then they can see their progress, and they can see the work, what they have done, which is wrong, or like how to correct with the mistakes, what they have done in the past, and how they can move on with the future to gain the good marks in future. So they can do all these steps when you just click on the written. So this is how you can create assignments and give the grades, create in the class notebook. And the last part, what I am going to tell you is how to add the students. Yeah, how to add the students in the class. So with this part, we'll just directly jump into the Q&A session. Yeah. So see, manage team. Here, I'll just show you once again. This is your classroom. You have to just click here, manage team, add members, leave the team, edit the team. So this is how you can do all these things from here. But don't delete the team. Okay, don't delete the team. If you delete the team, means whole class will be gone. Okay, by mistake also, do not delete the team. If you just delete the team, whole class will be gone. But again, you have to just consult with the IT department to again take the backup of all those things. So don't do that stuff. Just follow those steps, which is like explained by me on paper. Just manage the team. When you just click the manage the team, you can see these members. Okay, you can see the members who are in this team. You can see the role of the members as well. If those are students, then the role will be like member. Okay, the role will be assigned to them as a member. But if you are a teacher of the same team or a same class, then your role will be as a owner. Okay, so this is a very difference between the owner and the member. A student comes under member category, and a teacher comes under owner category. And here you can even give the title as well. For the title would be like a student or a faculty, the location or tags. You can do all these steps. But this is a very technical part which is handled by the IT department. You don't worry about that. So see, if you want to add any students, yeah, just click here, add a new member, just type. And see one more thing. If the teacher wants to add the students, then the teachers will be provided with the IDs of the students of their particular classes, okay, by the IT department or by the management of your university. Then you will get an Excel sheet from them. What you will do, you just copy the email ID of the particular student, then paste it here, then add, then save, do copy all those things and just add them with one click. If you have, just assume, if you have 60 students in your own class, okay, so just copy and paste all those IDs in your own classroom, just add them in your classroom, they will get a notification, they will get a joining invitation. Then in their classroom, the students just click on the join, they directly join into your classroom. So this is how this thing works. See, if any student haven't accepted your permission, then you can see that thing in your pending request part. Okay. So here you can see the pending request which is not accepted by the student. So this is how you can add a new member in your own classroom. Yeah. And see one more thing, don't just leave the team. Okay, don't leave the team. And if you want to edit the team, you can edit the team like, okay, if you want to edit the team like giving, you can give a different classroom name, or say you can give a primary or secondary or post secondary or a graduate or a what we say a degree courses. Here the grading level you can add them. And here the subject, if you want to like change the subject, you can do that thing as well according to your preferences. But what my suggestion is, the one which is already set up, do not manipulate with that one, because, and see one more thing, you can add the stickers according to your own team to represent your own team. Yeah, you can do this thing. So this is how a teacher can add the student, the teacher can add the materials, the teacher can remove the student, the teacher can create assignments, the teacher can create grades and give the grades to the students according to their performance. So this is how a teacher can do. Yeah, this is in the hands of a teacher. So with this, from my side, I hope that I am very clear with my concept. I hope that my concept has reached to each and every individual who are joined here. Now this platform is open for the Q&A session. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any questions. Hello. Hello, Hemant sir, are you there?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I am Mr. Ahmad sir. Yeah, I'm there. Hello, Saket sir, are you there?
Yes, I am there. Anyone is having any questions? Please ask any questions you have.
Teachers, every teachers, like if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. We are going to end up this session in like 10 to 15 minutes. Q&A session is open now.
Do you want to see the screen also of that? You just want to keep it open, that screen, to see the presentation, the screen.
Now my screen is visible to everyone. Yeah. Now it is
Because
open.
if you want to ask anything out of this, open the computer.
So yeah, the screen is open now. Now you can ask any questions regarding what we have just covered.
Any questions, anything in your mind?
Yes, sir. One of the faculty members needs to ask about the size limit of files, which is needs to be uploaded. Please have a look of the chat box.
Okay. Even they can unmute and ask the question one by one. We are going to have file images too. So as far as the file images are concerned, the size is concerned, it's somewhere around one file is, they have actually increased the file size. It was around 1 GB. So basically, you don't have to worry about it. You can upload. What would be your maximum size limit? It's in MB, I believe, right? So it is more than 100 MB the file size, we can upload it. Even if it is 500 MB, 1 GB, you can still upload it.
Yes, we do have like face-to-face conversation. Yes, we will have face-to-face conversation. Just let me show you. See, this is hello. Hello, guys. See, we do have face-to-face conversations. Let me just show you. So hope that my screen is visible to everyone. Yeah, my screen is visible to everyone. Yeah. So from here you can see this thing. See here you can see a meeting option. Yeah, just click here. This is a meeting option which is visible. From here, just click on the meet now. I'll show you again. Can you just enter into the classroom? See, you just click on your classroom, and when you click on the classroom, you will see a meeting option here. Okay, meet now, or else you can schedule a meeting like this. Just click on the meet now option, and just click on the meet now part. Okay. With this, you can directly connect with the video conferencing with your whole class. So even though the student can even join here. So this is how you can join with the students. Yeah. Hello. The one who has asked about the like meeting, the name of them is like Praveen, Mr. Praveen.
There are questions regarding the attendance, and there are questions regarding the file format options.
And Moinuddin, please can you please just stop sharing your screen? Hello. Yes, thank you. So, see, like I hope that this concern is very clear. Like
yes, sir, it's clear. It's fine. I got the point that we can we can have a conversation with our student face to face.
Yes. So
okay,
thank you. Thank you for confirming me. So this is how you can directly start the conversation. And
okay, sir.
The other guys, please like switch on your mic. It is creating a lot of disturbances. Hello. Hello. Guys, please switch off your mic. Thank you. So see guys, this is how you can directly enter into the meeting and see according about the attendance. Yeah. So this is your concern. So see, you can see the download attendance list. You can see the name. Yeah. Here you can see download attendance list. If you just click on the download attendance list, the Excel sheet will be provided with all the participants who have attended the class. Okay. So hope that this question is also answered. Do you have any other question regarding any other thing? Mr. Moinuddin, again you are like presenting your screen.
Someone asked about file uploading formats.
Yeah, you have already answered now. You can upload a file more than 100 MBs also.
Then uploading format. Yeah, format
Yeah,
like PDF,
format
Excel,
is
Word,
nothing, but you can upload anything. You can upload videos as well. You can upload PDF. You can upload PowerPoint, Excel, documents, forms. You can upload them. And even though you can even share the screen like this. See. So this is how you can share the screen. There is an option to share the screen. Yeah, you can share the screen with all the students. You can even turn off the mic, turn off the like camera. Here you can share the screen. Okay. Here you have the more options like enter full screen mode, end of the meeting, end of the call, or you see here you can raise your hand. Here you can start the conversation, private conversation or group conversation with the students. Here you can hide the participants. Here you can end up the call. Here you can download the attendance of the students. So you can do all these steps. Okay. While you are in live class, you can do all these steps. These all things are very visible to each and every student, teachers. Any other questions, guys? Like Shagufta Praveen. So your concern is about like, is there any PDF with the guidelines? Yes, there is a PDF with the guidelines. Yes, just now I showed you. No.
No. Most of
This
the
is
things
the-
are clear, sir. Most of the things are clear, but what we have observed that some of the queries are there that we face when we use the application, right?
Yes,
Some of
there is
them-
a PDF. There is a PDF.
Most of the these are the queries that we have right now in our mind, but maybe some of the queries will be there which might be we face at the time of using the application.
Yes, yes.
So just to I hope you got my point. What
Yes,
I'm going to ask you.
I got the point. And see, that's why I'm just saying that there is a PDF for explaining all the guidelines, how to do all these steps with the Microsoft platform. So don't need to worry about that. This PDF will be like shared by your IT people. Okay. We share with them, then they share with you. Okay. The IT department, the management department, they are acting like a mediator between you and us. Okay. You don't have to worry about that. The IT department and the management people, they already got trained in this thing. The past session only. And anyhow, we are there to help you guys in future as well. So shall we end up the session? If there is question, please ask. Zakir sir, are you there?
Currently, are you? Yeah, and there currently, are you using any kind of a remote learning application? Anything? How you are delivering the classes right now? Is it online? Are you delivering or using any other platform or? Anybody can answer from the university.
Anybody can answer the question which is raised by Zakir sir. Is there anyone who can answer?
Ahmed, are you guys using any platform right now, like a Zoom or something?
Yeah, sir. Sometime it's totally depend upon to the faculty to faculty. Some faculty using Zoom, some faculty using Google Meet. Right. So right now we are not using any specific platform.
Okay. What is your expectation? Basically, what do you think that should be involved in the while delivering the class?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe while delivering the class using the Google Meet or the Zoom, you may be having a lot of concerns that you can't able to provide to the students. Maybe the material, maybe the the monitoring or the assignments or the handouts. There are stuff, so your expectations from your online platform, what is the expectation from the faculty, what they are expecting, how they want it? Do they have any idea on that?
I think, sir.
Basically, Microsoft provides a very good platform, so it is only, the faculty has to start using it, the teachers has to start using it. Definitely, they will come across a few doubts, few questions at that time, and it can be cleared out. But if they have any kind of expectations, if there are any questions or the expectations they want to have from the platform, they can ask now. That we are expecting that this can do this. We are expecting that this can be available in this platform. Such kind of questions also we can raise.
Yeah, if any faculty member wants to ask anything, so please ask.
like a grading system. Aziz had shown the grading system. It's a fantastic feature. The faculty can grade the students based on their performance, based on their, maybe you can assign a job to them and then they will return the assignment and then you can correct it, grade them. There are rubrics are there, you can define the rubrics. So rubrics can be defined based on the skills, like how the student has written an article, what the quality of the article, what are the images is present in the article, the flow of the article. You can create a rubric based on your, you can create your own rubrics. So what do you see in the assignment? What are the factors you consider while giving the grades? So those factors can be put into the rubrics, and then when you are making a correction, you can put those, okay, the guy has taken a very good realistic approach, so I'll give him 20% or 30% extra on this. You can take those rubrics. So you can, those things are already there. So that is very good for the teachers. So like that, I'm asking if you have any other, expectations, you can ask. It's very smooth, user-friendly. All the reports are there. Today morning, we have conducted IT training also.
Sir, I'm requesting you to please check the chat box. There is a question from the side of
Expectations, team may use less bandwidth data than others as students face various lagging issues. Expectation, teams may use less bandwidth data, others, basically nowadays it's a broadband connection. It depends on the broadband connection, where if it is a remote area where the student is sitting and if he has a very less bandwidth, then probably, he may have intermittent delays in video. So if they have a broadband connection of around 20 MB, I hope that the class will run smooth. That's not a problem. So whereas the Microsoft Teams, it takes less bandwidth, not high. If you are having participants, let's say around 30 to 40 students opening the videos, it should be smooth, fine. If you face any difficulty with the remote areas or where the bandwidth is less, then the suggestion is that switch off the camera. If you switch off the camera, audio runs very smooth. That's not a problem. The only thing is concerned when the disturbance is where the teacher is delivering in the room, the atmosphere should be should not be vocal. Otherwise it will create an echo. So where the teacher is sitting, it should be having a room should be acoustic room, and student should be on mute.
Yeah, basically with this new normal, actually we are getting into the new normal where this is becoming a mandatory requirement to deliver the programs looking at the COVID-19 situation today. So there will be a learning curve for all of us, especially for the faculties and teachers. There will be a lot of challenges in the beginning, I would say, but once we pass through the learning curve, and once we know that how to optimally utilize this.
Moinuddin sir, please stop sharing your screen.
Yeah. So once we go through this learning curve, initially it will take little time because we are not used to this kind of environment, this kind of tools before. We've been working in an environment where we had everything physical. We never thought before COVID-19 there will be something called online learning. But since we are passing through this learning curve, there will be little adjustment that we need to do. All of us need to do little adjustment and adapt to what is available and how best we can utilize those platforms to deliver the services. So that's the reason we are having an IT team, and they are also got good enablement session. They will be helping locally if any support is required. But as I said, all of us have to have a mindset that we have to go through this learning curve and adapt to this new change. So with that, we will able to successfully utilize the tool and deliver it. Because today we see a lot of big universities like Harvard and Oxford, they are using this tool, the tool that we have given demo today, Microsoft Teams for education. So with that, I would say that there will be, of course, a little learning curve for all of us. But once we go through this learning curve, it will help us for a long term to professionally and in a very good environment handle this platform, utilize this platform for the delivery of our courses. Any other questions? I think there is one question from in the chat. I think, yeah, Zakir, have you addressed this question?
Whiteboard, yes, there is a whiteboard is there which can be integrated with Microsoft Team. It's there,
Yeah.
it's free of cost. And there is also a question whether Microsoft Team, if there doesn't have an account, they can join Microsoft Team or not. See, for the students, they all the students should have a Microsoft Team account created by the IT admin of local university, which already been provisioned, which already been created. So you just have to distribute them. So everyone should have a Microsoft Team account, because anonymous is not suggested, because you can enable the anonymous logins, but that is not suggested. Anybody can log in then. So while delivering the classes, it's better that teacher has a ID and the student has an ID. So only the student which has an organization ID should able to join the meetings. So suggested it's, yeah, if you don't have a Microsoft account, still you can join it, but that is not suggested for the students. The students should have a Microsoft Teams ID, which is already there, which is free of cost. There is no harm in using it. So I would suggest that you use Microsoft Teams. Yeah. Anything else?
Yes, faculty members, do you want to ask anything, or we can end up this session? So I think everyone is done, so we can end up this session now.
Okay.
Okay. Zakir sir, shall we end up the session?
Yeah, we can end up. If they want, they can explore it. Ahmed can take care of it. We have already their teacher's ID. Then
Yeah.
if they have any questions, they will come back.